Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm here today to share with you my June TBR. I am feeling very all over the place this early June day. Just yeah, it's just, life is just full right now. So my books are kind of a mishmash of things, and I'm just gonna go with it. All right, so I'm carrying over 2 books from May. Spring Heat Rains, A South India Diary by David Shulman. This is a nonfiction that I started last month. And Riverwalking, Reflections on Moving Water by Kathleen Dean Moore. So both of these are coming with me into June. See, I don't even know what month it is, really. Okay, so the other 2 books I'm reading with other people. One of those is the CaribATHON group read, Pleasantview by Celeste Mohammed. CaribATHON is hosted by Karen of Runwright Reads and Peta from Come Be Cozy Up. And it runs from June 9th to the 18th, I believe. And so this is a Trinidad and Tobago author, and the novel is set in Trinidad and Tobago, and I have not read anything from those islands, so I'm very excited to learn more about Trinidad and Tobago and read along with the group for CaribATHON. Next, I am leading a group read of Nightbitch by Rachel Yoder in the artist network that I belong to called the Thrive Together Network, formerly the Artist Mother Network. It is combined with another network to become the Thrive Together Network. And this book is about a mom. It's about identity as you are a new mother, and it's about this kind of psychological, introspective view of that period of your life, along with actually the fact that this mother believes she might be turning into a dog. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And then my other 3 books, I'm also listening to on audio Home/Land by Rebecca Mead. This is a memoir nonfiction book about the author's family and their decision to leave the United States. They were living in New York City right up to the election when Donald Trump was elected to the presidency. And they make a not so quick decision, a decision that was always kind of looming, to move back to the UK, which is where Rachel is from. So her husband is from the US, from Boston. She was from England, a seaside town, and I can't remember the exact name of it right now. And they also have a son. And so they make the decision to move back to England at this time. And she is kind of talking about that process and what it's like to go back somewhere when you've been gone for 20 years. So all her adult life she's lived in this other place, and now she's going back to where she grew up, type of story. And that's just I'm really interested in stories that talk about home, think about home, and how people find their place in the world with their identities and things like that. And then the last 3 books that I will be reading in June are for the BookTube Prize. I am reading in the translated fiction category, Group A. And so 2 of the books in Group A I have already read, which means I only have 4 books to spread out over June and July. So for June, I'm going to be going for 3 books, I believe. We'll see how I do with all these other books. So the 3 that I've put on hold in the library right now are More Than I Love My Life by David Grossman, and it's translated from, I believe, the Hebrew by Jessica Cohen. And this looks like a family saga, several generations of women who are, and I think it might be set in the 1940s or so. I haven't actually looked very closely at the plot lines of these books, So I'm not going to share a super lot about them today. As you may know, or you may not know if you're new here, I do make extensive reading vlogs of my BookTube Prize reads. So you will hear maybe more than you ever wanted to know about what I think about these books in those vlogs. So I won't go into too much detail about them here. The other one I'll be reading is Inseparable by Simone de Beauvoir, translated by Sandra Smith from the French. Now this one was one I voted for originally to be on the list, so I'm so excited that it's on the list, A. B, I've never read anything by Simone de Beauvoir, even though maybe that's not true. I think I may have read an essay or a couple of her essays in university, but I've never read any of her novels or her, seminal works. So I'm very excited to read this book. Obviously, it was published posthumously, and it is about two young women coming of age during the war, I believe, and some of the behaviors that emerge in their lives. So very excited about that. And then the other one I'll be trying to get to in June is The Anomaly by Herve Tellier. And it is translated from the French by Adriana Hunter. And to be honest with you, I did not look up the plot of that one at all. So I actually think going into these a little bit blind, even though that's actually not true. In my original list, when I went through all these books back in January when we were voting for them, I read every single plot line, but I can't remember what The Anomaly's plot line is. So I will share that all with you later on. And the only other book that I'm going to be reading for the BookTube Prize is The Art of Losing by Alice Zeniter, and or Zenitier if she's French, yeah, which is translated by Frank Wynne. And I have to order that book because my library, someone has it checked out, not due till the end of June, and then someone has it on hold already, which means they're going to have it until the end of July. So if I don't buy the book, I'm not going to get a chance to read it in time. So I will be ordering that one, and I will be saving that one to read in July, and perhaps one of these other ones will be pushed over to July as well. We will see. So that is my TBR for June. To be honest with you, reading feels a little bit like my time feels very precarious right now. My life feels very precarious right now. There's just a lot happening, a lot going on. So I'm trying to be zen about pace in terms of finishing these books. Obviously, if push comes to shove and I'm getting into crunch time, the BookTube Prize books are going to be the first ones that I read. I am very grateful to have gotten Group A, which has 2 books that I've already read, because it just helps me to get through these other 4 books and not worry too much about fitting, all 6 into my reading schedule. So that is a little blessing in disguise. I will be back again soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching.